Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor or a stock advisor, just somebody interested in the stock market that's been keeping an eye on it since the great crash in 1987, where it dropped 22% in one day. So I don't spend a lot of time watching Jeremy's financial education channel. I think a lot of his picks are absolutely terrible, and some of them just are pretty bad. But, I do check them out every once in a while. I was watching early this morning, and one of the ones in his portfolio that he was talking about briefly was Salesforce CRM. This is the video that it was in. Let's take a look at Salesforce here. Not a stock that I own directly. I'm sure that, it's in a mutual fund that I may own, but not much. So I think the market did pretty well. My portfolio did extremely well today. But today, Salesforce was down. 5 days, it's down. And of course, you can't base anything on 5 days. 1 month, it's down. 6 months, it's down 12%. Not so good. Year to date, so the past 9 months, 10 months, down 28%. Certainly not good. Past year, down almost 13%. I mean, your money would have been better in S&P 500 or NASDAQ 100 or Dow 30 or almost anything else. You could have had a monkey throwing a dart at the financial pages on a dartboard and just buying whatever that hit, and probably would make more money than Salesforce. Well, certainly over 5 years it's made money, right? Oh no, it's down almost 5% the past 5 years. Well, there we go. If you would have bought it way back when it IPO'd at $3.95, and that's probably split adjusted, you'd be up 5,866%. And for a long time, it had a great, steady run, but very, very choppy. And past 5 years, you wouldn't hardly have made any money. It has a pretty reasonable PE ratio there. Compared to other high-tech things, although it's more software than AI, at least at this point, does pay a small dividend. The earnings per share are positive there. But I would be very, very cautious. I don't know why somebody wants to put their money into something that isn't making total return, isn't making alpha, when you can put it in so much else. Let's take a look at QQQM. NASDAQ 100. Okay, it's up over the day, 5 days up, 1 month up, 6 months up, year to date it's up, 1 year it's up, 5 years it's up. Remember, Salesforce lost money over the course of 5 years, like down 5%, I think. And NASDAQ 100 up over 100%. And then, of course, Max. This particular one only goes back to 2020. Let's take a look if... NASDAQ, you could have bought it $52 a share, $53 a share. Back about 25, 26 years ago, you're up 1,000%. Anyway, I'm going to end here. I'm just urging people, be cautious on Salesforce. Be cautious on anything that Jeremy says. Okay, Jeremy seems to be making his money selling, subscriptions to being in his group. Isn't necessarily making probably as much money on some of his picks. I'm not saying that, his portfolios aren't up, but he has a lot of really garbage picks, to be honest. So be very cautious. And there's nothing wrong with taking a flyer on a penny stock or a beaten down stock or speculating on a stock. But for most people in the industrialized West, in the United States and Canada, this is not financial advice, just entertainment, but I think it's, a reasonable thought that most of your money should be in well diversified long-term portfolios, ETFs or mutual funds that you can just not worry about in the long run. If you want to spend a little bit of money, a couple percent on some of the garbage ideas that Jeremy has, you can, but realize he has, in my mind, a terrible track record when it comes to some of these stocks. So I'm going to end it here. Hit subscribe, hit like if you haven't already. I love to hear from people. Leave a comment in the comment section. I read all of them, and eventually, it may take a while, but I respond to them. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And check out my other videos. I do a lot on stock investing, and some of my ideas I think are probably better than Jeremy's if you're interested in putting money into the stock market. Okay, we'll talk to you later.